What's up guys, Popmaster here, and today I'm going to be doing Beginner Collector Series Episode 4, all about Comic-Con. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I'm just going to do a quick refresher on what this series is about because I haven't done an episode in a while. I'm kind of sorry about that, but there's just been a bunch of other stuff I want to do instead of making these videos. So basically the Beginner Collector Series is a group of videos that I'm doing to help out newer collectors kind of get accustomed to, Funko Pop collecting and just get basically get a good source of information that isn't exactly readily available, or if you go on social media just kind of assume you know. So I've done a couple other episodes on various topics, but since San Diego Comic-Con is coming up, I thought today would be a great time to, kind of do one theme around Comic-Con. So before I get into it, I want to tell you guys, what is a Comic-Con exactly, because that's kind of the main focus of the video, so you kind of need to know that. So according to what I have written down here, which I got on the dictionary, Comic-Con is an event with a primary focus on comic books and comic book culture, in which comic book fans gather to meet creators, experts, and each other. And I feel like so basically at these Comic-Cons, they have a bunch of different stuff going on. There's, exhibitors with, booths where you can buy stuff from. There's, new trailer reveals, panels, all this other stuff. And yeah, so there's just a bunch of things going on. And Funko has a booth there where they sell stuff. So we'll get into that right now. So Funko does 4 cons a year. So they do ECCC, which is called the Spring Convention, which is marked by a Spring Convention sticker on exclusive pops. SDCC, or San Diego Comic-Con, which is the Summer Convention. NYCC, or New York Comic-Con, which is the Fall Convention. And then there's Canada Fan Expo, which is kind of like, it's in the summer basically, so it's not exactly a summer convention, but it kind of is. I don't know. Yeah, basically ECCC is the Spring Convention, SDCC is Summer Convention, NYCC is Fall Convention, and then, yeah, Fan Expo is just Fan Expo, and then, yeah, ECCC is usually around March or April, SDCC is usually in July, and then NYCC is usually like last weekend in September or first week in October, so just right around that time, and then Fan Expo is in August. So those are the 4 cons that Funko goes to where they have exclusives. So basically, Funko has a variety of exclusives at each con. So at SDCC, which is the one that's coming up in a few days, there is a lot of exclusives. I think this year they had somewhere between 70 and 75 was a number. And then NYCC is a step below that, which is about 40 or 50 exclusives. And then ECCC is one step below that, which is about 20 or 30. And then Fan Expo is even less than that, around 10 or 15. So basically, with the cons that have less exclusives, not all of the fandoms get represented. Sometimes, for example, there might be a Stranger Things pop at SDCC, but not one at ECCC. Basically, so it's not like every single pop from every single line gets a pop at each thing, basically. And these pops that release during these con times are available both at Funko's booth and at different retailers. And for SDCC, I'll put a list on the screen right now to show you guys where the different exclusives are releasing. And I'm going to get into release dates a little later, don't worry. Also, there's a separate process for getting into Funko's booth. Like, you don't just buy a ticket to the con and go to their booth. There's you have to do a lottery thing, and I'm not going to get into that because it's not really the main focus of this video. Alright, so that's kind of the basic background information. So let's get into how do you get these pops. So basically, a majority of retailers that have these pops, like the shared pops that are available at the convention and at different stores. Also, I thought I'll mention this little side note. The pops that you get at the actual convention versus the ones that you get at the store are the exact same. The only difference is that the ones you get at the con have a special sticker that says limited edition, and then the ones you get at the store have, say, like Summer Convention or Fall Convention, just to give people who go to the con a little something extra, I guess, to make it so you kind of know you got that pop for the con, basically. But anyway, besides the point. So these pops usually come out the night before release, and sometimes they release the next morning. So basically, the night of July 17th, July 18th or July 19th, anytime between those 3 days is when most of these exclusives are going to release. And for some stores, they usually release them around midnight, and a midnight online release, and then they release the in-store release is the following morning. And I know, especially with Hot Topic, that each store kind of has a different thing. Some open at 8:30 local time, 9:30, 9, 10. It honestly depends. So I recommend either calling your store or looking on social media on your store's social media account if they have one to see what time they're releasing their Comic-Con exclusives. Just please do that because you don't want to get disappointed when the morning comes you go out to buy them. So now I'm going to give you guys a list of release dates. So the stores are releasing them on the morning of July 18th, which is a Thursday. That is the actual first day of San Diego Comic-Con. And for these following stores, most of them are going to go online the previous night of the 17th at midnight. I think midnight EST, I want to tell you guys. So check these following stores' websites at midnight EST, and the SCCC Pops might be online if that's what you're interested in. But so the stores are releasing their Pops on July 18th, Thursday, is Hot Topic, Box Lunch, GameStop, Target, and Barnes & Noble. So these 5 stores have confirmed release dates for that day. As for some of the other retailers that have exclusives, such as Entertainment Earth, Toy Tokyo, the Funko Shop, Walgreens, it's to be determined. They could release on, and also Walmart as well, including that list. They could release on July 18th, the Thursday, or they could release the following day, the 19th, or maybe in a couple weeks later in terms of Toy Tokyo, because they kind of do a weird thing online. But yeah, as of the recording of this video, I do not know when those are going to release. So just again, check social media, check their websites. Yeah, and now okay, so there's that. Those are all the confirmed release dates. And now I'm going to give you guys some tips for hunting both in store and online. So if you are going to, before I start anything, I would recommend getting a list of somewhere between 5 and 10 pops, or however many you want. I'll say 5 to 10 pops that you want to get for this con, and that will really help you in terms of planning. Which store you're going to go to on actual release day. And so after you do that, I would recommend. So here's some tips for if you're going to hunt in store. I would pick 1 to 2 stores that have your favorite exclusives that you just made from the list, and then go there first. And I would suggest arriving 1 to 2 hours early, because I'm not kidding. That might sound like a lot to you guys. Maybe not if you go to other cons. You have to line up a lot really early, but I would just recommend going to your stores 1 to 2 hours early, especially if you know something's going to be popular, because a lot of these items do sell out. So just keep that in mind. And also another point to note is that Walgreens exclusives are online only. So you will not find those anywhere in store most of the time, unless it was a return or something. Anyway, so out of these 5 stores I mentioned earlier that are releasing on Thursday, so Hot Topic has what I would want to call a high quantity of each item. So at least for the 4-inch pops, they'll probably have around 12 to 18 of each style. And then Box Lunch also has around the same amount, I'd say about 12 to 18. Barnes & Noble has medium quantities of each item, around 6 to 12. GameStop, I can't talk. Both GameStop and Target have low quantities of each item, so about 3 to 7. So that, given that information, that should help you kind of determine, which stores you want to go to first. Maybe if there's something you want from GameStop, you go there first, and then if there's something you want from GameStop and Hot Topic, you probably want to go to GameStop first and then to Hot Topic. Just a random situation. And another tip is if you want to buy online, I wouldn't recommend buying everything you want online, just because it's kind of like, part of collecting for me is just hunting for stuff, and you kind of want to get that thrill, I guess you could say, of actually going into the store and buying stuff. That's just a really big part for me. So I would only recommend buying high demand pops online, especially if you have less time to actually hunt for them in stores. Just because online they probably have several thousand in stock. In addition, there's going to be less people getting these online because more people are going to go into stores. So that's what I'm suggesting. You should probably buy the most popular ones you want online, and then less popular ones in store. And now before I finish up, I want to give you guys some pricing, another thing to help you as to what you're going to buy. So a pop is $15. A regular 4-inch pop is $15. And then a 2-pack is $30. A 3-pack is $35. A pop tee is $20. A pop ride is $40. A 6-inch pop is $25. And a vinyl is $20. The skateboard deck is $60, and then all pets are $8. So using that price guide, this is also available on Funko's blog if you guys want to get a better visual of it. That's kind of the basic price guide for the pops that are releasing during this con. So again, use this information and also the stuff I mentioned earlier to help you, plan as to what you're going to buy, when and where, all that stuff. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Popmaster, me doing a beginner collector series episode on San Diego Comic-Con or just Comic-Con in general, just pops, how to get them, what they are, etc. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.